viewers, welcome to Slice of Science. In our previous video, already we discussed some properties of acids and bases, and at last already I attached the common acids and bases list also. Okay, now coming to the next topic. So next topic is identifying acids and bases with indicators. Okay, so before explaining the information, first I want to explain about indicators. So what is an indicator? So indicator means substances which show the acidic and basic behavior of other substances by changing color, or known as indicator. Means for example, any substance changes its color itself in acidic and basic mediums, then we call that substances or indicators. These indicators are the detectors. Okay. And next, indicators are four types. Generally, in different fields, we have different types of indicators. But according to acids and bases, in this lesson, we have four types of indicators. So they are natural indicators, synthetic indicators, olfactory indicators, and universal indicator. So in these four indicators, we will discuss one after another clearly. So first, if you consider natural indicators are the indicators which are obtained from the natural sources. Okay. For these natural indicators are litmus paper, turmeric, red cabbage, and China rose. Okay. These all are the only a few examples of the natural indicators. Now I am going to demonstrate the testing of acids and bases with some of the natural indicators. So first, if you consider litmus paper. Litmus papers comes from the plant lichen. The solution of litmus are in purple in color. Similarly, these litmus papers are available in two colors. So they are, one is called as blue litmus paper and another one is called as red litmus papers. Blue litmus paper turns into red when we dip it into acids. Similarly, red litmus paper turns into blue when dipped into bases. Already we discussed this information very clearly in our previous video. Already I tested acids and bases with litmus papers. Okay. Now I will demonstrate to test acids and bases with some more natural indicators. First, here I am taking the turmeric solution. Turmeric is also one of the natural indicator, and the color of the turmeric is yellow in color. And I am pouring this turmeric solution in two test tubes. Okay children, I pour turmeric water in two test tubes and take one test tube and add a few drops of lemon juice. This is the lemon juice, and add a few drops of lemon juice into these solutions. Lemon juice is a strong acid. Okay. So children, can you observe any change in color? No. Okay. What it explains? This means in acids, the color of the turmeric doesn't change. Take another test tube which contains turmeric water and add a small quantity of washing soda to it. Children, can you observe any color change in this test tube? Yes. What we observed, ma? It turns into reddish brown color. So from this what we understood? So when we add bases to the turmeric, the color of the turmeric solution changes into reddish brown. Then our next natural indicator is China rose. China rose is nothing but one species of hibiscus. Okay. So for testing acids and bases with this China rose, first it is necessary to collect the solution of China rose. How to prepare the solution of the China rose is, take 20 or 30 ml of boiled water and add 3 or 4 red hibiscus flowers. 3 or 4 red hibiscus flowers into boiled water. So after wait few minutes. After few minutes the petals leaves the color and the water gains the color, and the water looks like this. It is light pinkish color. Okay, the water, the color of the water is light pinkish in color. So this acts as a indicator. This acts as an indicator for testing acids and bases. So this indicator is helpful for testing acids and bases. We will check right now. So take a test tube and add a small quantity of lemon juice and pour a small quantity of China rose solution into the lemon juice. Children, can you observe any change in the color of the solution? Yes, the solution turns into light pinkish color. Yes or no, ma? The solution turns into pinkish color. So by this what we understood, children? If the solution of the China rose turns into pinkish color, then the substance is acidic. Okay, then it represents the substance is acidic. Similarly, now I am taking one more test tube and I am adding washing soda into test tube. A small quantity of washing soda to test tube. So dilute the washing soda with water, and now add a few quantity of China rose solution. Children, can you observe any change in the color of the solution? Yes, the color changes into yellowish green. Okay, the solution changes into green color. So if we add China rose solution to any substances, if the substances changes into greenish color, then we call that substance as basic. So in case if the substance changes into pink color, so that substance is acidic, and if it turns to green color, then that substance is called as basic substance. Then another natural indicator is red cabbage. The juice of red cabbage is originally purple in color. Juice of red cabbage turns reddish with acid and turns greenish with base. This is about natural indicators. And our next topic is synthetic indicators. Synthetic indicators that are synthesized in laboratories are called as synthetic indicators. These synthetic indicators are also called as human-made indicators. Okay, example for this synthetic indicators are methyl orange and phenolphthalein solution. Methyl orange is originally orange in color and it turns red with acids and yellow with bases. Now I demonstrate the acids and bases with methyl orange. Now take a test tube and I am pouring a small quantity of methyl orange into the test tube. Children, look here. Now you will check what is the color of the methyl orange. Orange in color only or not, ma? Yes. So, and I am taking one more test tube and I am taking a few drops of vinegar. I am pouring a few drops of vinegar into test tube and add a small quantity of methyl orange to this solution. Children, can you observe any change in the color? Yes, the color changes into red. Yes or no, ma? Yes. So by this what we understood, ma? Methyl orange changes its color red with acids, and you'll check the variation of the color. This is orange in color and this is red in color. Next, take one more test tube and add a small quantity of washing soda and you dilute the washing soda. Washing soda, why I consider here washing soda only? Here washing soda acts as a base. So for testing bases, I am taking this washing soda. Okay. So now I am adding the methyl orange to this solution. You will observe the change in color. Children, look here. What color do you observe, ma? Yellow. Okay. So the color turns into yellow. Okay. So the methyl orange changes red in color with acids and yellow in color with bases. Okay. I think you are very clear about this. One more synthetic indicator is phenolphthalein solution. Phenolphthalein is a colorless solution and it remains colorless in acidic solutions and it turns pink in color with bases. On the basis of this knowledge, now I am going to explain about activity 1. So, activity 1. In activity 1, we are identifying the acids and bases with some indicators. Okay. So, look here children. Here I am considering some acids and bases. Already in previous video I have given the list of common acids and bases. Okay. So if you read that information already you know this clearly. First of all, what is meant by HCl? HCl means hydrochloric acid. H2SO4 means sulfuric acid. HNO3 means nitric acid. CH3COOH means acetic acid. NaOH, sodium hydroxide. KOH, potassium hydroxide. MgOH twice, magnesium hydroxide. NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide. CaOH twice means calcium hydroxide. In this table, we have some acids and some bases. Now, this activity we are doing for testing the acids and bases with indicators like red litmus paper, blue litmus paper, phenolphthalein solution and methyl orange solution. Here we are identifying which substance is acid and which substance is base. For that, take 4 water glasses and take dilute solutions of these substances. Okay, dilute means take a few quantity of acid or base and mix that into water. Pour a few drops of dilute HCl solution on 4 watch glasses and check the first watch glass with red litmus paper and second watch glass with blue litmus paper and third watch glass with phenolphthalein solution and fourth watch glass with methyl orange solution. Now take a red litmus paper and place it on the HCl solution and observe the change of color. And next take the blue litmus paper and place it on the HCl solution and observe the color change. Similarly, add a few drops of phenolphthalein solution to third watch glass and observe the changes of the colors. Next, take methyl orange solution and add it to HCl solution and observe the color changes. Then already we know how the indicators changes their color with acids. Here HCl is also an acid. HCl means hydrochloric acid. How does the red litmus paper changes its color with HCl? Yes, no change. Okay, red litmus doesn't change its color. Next, how does the blue litmus paper changes its color? The blue litmus paper changes its color to red. Next, how does the phenolphthalein solution changes its color? Yes, when we add phenolphthalein solution to acids, we get colorless solution. Phenolphthalein is a colorless solution. When we add acid to the phenolphthalein solution, so it remains colorless. Similarly, how does the methyl orange solution changes its color with acid? Yes, red color. Okay. So when acids react with indicators, just it turns blue litmus paper to red, and in phenolphthalein solution it is colorless, and methyl orange it turns into red. Okay. Next, similarly, H2SO4, HNO3, CH3COOH. Here H2SO4 means sulfuric acid, nitric acid and acetic acid. So these three also comes under acids. So these three acids also exhibit the same properties only. So in these three solutions also, the red litmus papers doesn't change its color, and blue litmus paper turns to red in color, and phenolphthalein solution remains colorless. And methyl orange color changes into red. And next, the fifth one is the NaOH, means sodium hydroxide. Already in previous video we discussed the metals which contains hydronium ions. Hydronium ions means OH minus ions. Hydronium ions, we call that compounds are hydroxides. So, and one more point also we discussed, all hydroxides are basic in nature. So look here the sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, NH1 and ammonium hydroxide, CaOH twice means calcium hydroxides. Means these five compounds are bases. Okay, these five compounds are bases. Take dilute NaOH solution and pour the dilute NaOH solution on 4 watch glasses and test each one with each indicator. Okay, next note on the changes, color changes, what we observed on the table. And already we know how the indicators changes their colors with bases. Okay, how does the red litmus paper changes its color with bases? Yes, red litmus paper changes its color into blue. Similarly, how does the blue litmus paper changes its color with bases? No change. Okay, no change. So when we add phenolphthalein solution to bases, what color we will get, ma? We observe pink color. Similarly, when we add bases to methyl orange solution, the methyl orange solution turns to yellow. The methyl orange solution turns to yellow color. Okay. Similarly, here the remaining compounds all are bases. So we will get the same result only in remaining compounds. For remaining compounds also we will get the same result only. In this way, we are identifying the acids and bases with indicators. Children, our next topic is olfactory indicators. So, this olfactory indicator is completely different to natural indicators and synthetic indicators. Natural indicators means the substances which are obtained from the natural sources, and synthetic indicators means synthetic indicators are synthesized in laboratories. And these natural indicators and synthetic indicators helps us to identify the acids and bases by changing their color. But here in these olfactory indicators, these indicators helps us to identify the acids and bases by changing their smell. Okay, by changing their smell. That indicators are called as olfactory indicators. Look here children, what are olfactory indicators? substances which changes their order. Order means smell. When mixed with acid or base are known as olfactory indicators. Children, for your better understanding, I will explain these olfactory indicators with an activity with onion. Okay, so take a clean cloth and place a pieces of chopped onions and put the cloth into plastic bag and tie the plastic bag tightly and keep it into a fridge overnight. Next, take the plastic bag from the fridge and take the cloth from the cover, and now check the smell of the cloth. The cloth gets onion smell. Now cut the cloth into two pieces and place the cloth on a clean surface. Now add a few drops of dilute hydrochloric acid on one piece and a dilute sodium hydroxide in another piece and wait for a while. After some time, take these two cloths and rinse them thoroughly and again check the smell. Children, can you guess which cloth retains the onion smell? Yes, the cloth on which we added the hydrochloric acid, it remains the onion smell, and the onion smell vanishes on the cloth on which we added sodium hydroxide solution. So by this, what we are concluding here, ma? If we add onion to acidic solutions, it remains onion smell, and when we add the onion paste of juice of onion to the bases, it vanishes the smell. By this, we conclude that when we add a paste or a juice of an onion to acidic solutions, it retains the onion smell, and when we add the paste or juice of an onion to bases, it vanishes the smell of the onion. Similarly, you can do the same activity with vanilla and clove oil and observe the changes. Children, what changes can you observe? In vanilla extract, the smell of vanilla vanishes with base, but its smell does not vanishes with an acid. And in case of clove oil also, the smell of clove oil disappears when it is kept in the presence of base, and the smell remains in the presence of acid. Children, now we completed our second activity. In this video, we covered topics, what are indicators, types of indicators, and what are natural indicators, what are synthetic indicators, and along with activity 1, and what are olfactory indicators and activity 2. I hope you are clear about these topics. Keep watching my videos like this only and gain a very good knowledge, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.